Once upon a time, a girl named Goldilocks lived in a house at the edge of the woods. On those days, curls of hair were called locks. She was Goldilocks because golden hair ran down her head and shoulders. One morning, Goldilocks was out for a walk. When she came across a beautiful butterfly, she followed that butterfly. She went deeper and deeper into the woods. But where was the butterfly? Goldilocks looked around, so she knew she was lost. After walking some distance, she came upon a house. She knocked on the door, but there was no reply. Gently she pushed the door, and the door opened, but no one was behind the door. She went inside, but nobody was there. There were lived 3 bears. One of them little baby bear, one was middle-sized mama bear, and the other was a great big teddy bear. The bears each had their very own bed to sleep in, chair to sit on, and bowl for eating their favorite of all things, oatmeal. One day Mama Bear and Daddy Bear were prepared the oatmeal for their breakfast and served it into their bowls. They walked out into the woods while the oatmeal was cooling, that they might not burn their mouths. Then with a clunk the front door shut and the 3 bears strolled out into the meadow, leaving the cottage empty. And while they were away, a little girl, Goldilocks, entered his house. Goldilocks smelled a wonderful smell. There were 3 steaming bowls of oatmeal on the table. All of a sudden she realized she was very hungry. Goldilocks did not know 3 bears lived in this house. Gazing at the steaming bowls of oatmeal, Goldilocks thought, I am sure whoever lives here won't mind if I take just one sip. She sat at the first chair and took a sip. She said, it is too hot. She moved to the next bowl and took a sip. She said, it is too cold. She moved to the third bowl and took a sip. It is just right. And before she knew it, the oatmeal was all gone. Goldilocks rubbed her tummy and said, I am full. I must find somewhere to sit that's more comfortable. She went to the living room. There were 3 chairs lined up in a row. One big-sized chair, one medium-sized chair, and one little chair. Goldilocks thought, I am sure whoever lives there will not mind if I sit on just one chair. She sat on the big chair, but it was too hard. She moved to the medium-sized chair, but it was too soft. She said, the little chair looks better. She sat on the little chair, and it was just right. But at that time the chair broke and she plopped right on the floor. Then she saw a ladder and climbed it to bedroom. In a row, 3 beds were lined up. One big-sized bed, one medium-sized bed, and a little bed. Goldilocks said, I am sure whoever lives here won't mind if I lay down for just a short nap. She lay down on the big bed, but it was too hard. She laid down on the medium-sized bed, but it was too soft. Goldilocks laid down on the little bed, and it was just right. As her head hit the pillow, Goldilocks was fast asleep. Just then, the 3 bears came home from their walk. Mama Bear said, did either of you leave the front door open? Daddy Bear said, not I. Little Bear said, not I. Daddy Bear seeing his spoon in his bowl. He said, "Someone has eaten my oatmeal." Mama Bear also seeing her spoon in her bowl, and she said, "Someone has been eating my oatmeal." Little baby bear said, "Someone has been eating my oatmeal and they ate it all up." The three bears were very surprised when they stepped into their living room. Daddy Bear said, "Do you think someone was sitting in my chair?" Mama Bear said, "I know someone was sitting in my chair because I can see the seat cushion is pushed down." Little baby bear said, "And I know someone was sitting in my chair because it's all broken." The three bears were even more surprised at that they climbed the ladder to their bedroom. Daddy Bear said, "Someone has been sleeping on my bed." Who could see that his blankets were moved? Mama Bear said, "Someone has been sleeping on my bed too." Who could also see that her blankets were moved? Little baby bear said, "Someone has been sleeping on my bed and look, she is still there." Goldilocks jumped off the bed and ran downstairs out of the door. She ran and ran and ran until she reached the house of her. She told her mother about the house of the three bears who lived in the wood. Moral of this story: this story encourages children to practice good manners and never enter into others' home and properties.